Now, with Braun running for governor, that means there's an open Senate seat this year. And on the Republican side, it's an uncontested primary with Congressman Jim Banks endorsed by Indiana Republicans.
I get the question all the time, how do we know if we send you to the Senate that you're not going to sell out like a lot of the other Republicans in the Senate do? And my answer to you is because I have a proven conservative track record.
Banks will face one of two Democrats who face off in the primary on Tuesday.
One of the problems is Trump. He puts too much pressure on the Republicans.
We just don't need a Jim Banks right now. We need a Valerie McCrae.
And with Banks running for Senate, his seat in the House is one of 3 open seats in our state. Let's go through these districts here one by one. The 1st and 2nd district both have incumbents running, but that 3rd district race wide open with Banks running for Senate. 2 Democrats, 8 Republicans in that race, several of whom appeared at a candidate forum in Fort Wayne recently where they were asked about congressional aid for Israel and Ukraine.
We have a huge challenge before us with our homeland security, with everything that has been undone in the last 3 years. We need strong leadership.
Foreign spending, Ukraine and Israel. I stand with Israel. I think America has to stand with Israel. Israel is our ally.
Ukraine, really easy. I'm a hard no. Israel, I'm a yes. The bill that just came out of the Senate, a hard no. We have to get our spending under control.
I don't believe that's a place that we should be spending hard-earned taxpayer dollars. I believe that we should be focusing on the southern border.
All right, now let's look at districts 4, 5, and 6. Both the 4th and the 5th districts have incumbents running for re-election, but both face opposition in the primary. Jim Baird in the 4th, just endorsed this past week by former President Trump. Victoria Spartz in the 5th, who initially said she wouldn't run for re-election. Recently, our Scarlett O'Hara was at a forum with all 11 candidates running in the 5th district.
Everyone vying for the 5th district seat in the U.S. House of Representatives took tonight's opportunity to interact with voters. But there wasn't too much tension in the room, as 9 of the 11 on stage are running as Republicans. One topic that kept each candidate talking, securing the southern border.
It is time to put a full military response on the border, detain the people as soon as they cross them, send them back.
Southern border is a national security threat to this country. Open border is no border.
We have to get rid of the bloated spending in our government and take that money and send it to our border security agency.
We heard whether they'd support a ban on assault-style weapons, including the opinion of incumbent Representative Victoria Spartz.
Criminals will always have guns. They have it in any country. This is the right for law-abiding citizens to defend themselves.
To sue district attorneys and prosecutors for negligence that allow revolving door criminals to continue through the system.
I'm in favor of anything that makes it a little bit more challenging for people to commit crimes when they are upset or angry.
5th District Hoosiers also wonder whether their next representative would support federal legalization of marijuana.
Do I think it needs to be legalized? Yes. We can tax it and put a lot of that money towards social services.
We have other plant-based drugs that are more effective and better without the side effects of marijuana.
The candidates addressed healthcare concerns, high drug costs, and explained what they do about it.
I personally am in favor of universal health care. Our system right now is very complex.
The government needs to be less involved and have more free market and more competition when it comes to the healthcare side.
I think we have to build on business commonality, let businesses cross state lines. We need to invest more resources in community-based care.
Scarlett O'Hara reporting there. Now to the 6th district, another open seat with Greg Pence retiring from Congress this year. The Republican primary features not 1 but 2 state lawmakers, including State Rep Mike Speedy and State Senator Jeff Rotz, who we spoke with last month, along with candidate Jamison Carrier, who was joined on the trail this past week by former presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy. We have more of those interviews on our website. We'd also been working to get an interview with former mayoral candidate Jefferson Shreve, who's now running for Congress as well in this 6th district primary. But so far his campaign has declined all our requests, saying Jefferson's done a lot of interviews in the last year. People know who he is, they said. Of course, running for Congress, he's in a very different electorate now than he was in the Indy mayor's race last year. All right, now to districts 7, 8, and 9. Both The 7th and the 9th district have incumbents. Both Andre Carson and Aaron Houchin have opposition in this year's primary. She was just endorsed by former President Trump this past week as well. As for the 8th district, it's also an open seat this year with Larry Bouchon's retirement. 4 Democrats and 8 Republicans in that race, including former Congressman John Hostetler. Recently, some of the other candidates in the Republican primary squared off for a debate in Newburgh. Ben Walls from our Evansville affiliate was there.
We're told all 8 candidates in the upcoming Republican primary were invited to this forum, but 5 showed up to share their vision here in Newburgh.
Christy Risk, Dominic Kavanaugh, State Senator Mark Mesmer, Jim Case, and Dr. Richard Moss are taking the stage to address questions. On issues regarding southern border security, Dr. Moss supports the deportation of undocumented immigrants.
They are coming here for the benefits, for jobs and then various welfare benefits. They have to be cut off from that. And I would also empower states. Every town is a border town now. They're coming to Jasper, Indiana. They're coming to Evansville. They're not just limited to the southern border.
And Risk adds the Republican delegation in Indiana needs to support the deportation of undocumented immigrants. Some, like Risk, Case, and Senator Mesmer, support the building of a wall. And Kavanaugh says it comes down to funding of the Department of Homeland Security.
If we back Republican governors on the southern border, if we properly fund the Department of Homeland Security, Border Patrol, ICE, we can get a grip on what's going on. When President Trump's reelected, ICE will be well funded. We'll begin the deportations of the illegal immigrants causing crime in all of our cities.
Going to funding Social Security, Case believes it's a system that will soon run out if it's not addressed.
I think it's essential that we have to make sure there is no doubt that we fix that, and that makes, if we can fund it, we're going to have to, fix it by less taxes on somebody so that we grow the economic engine here in the U.S., which right now it's being stifled by government regulations.
Risk also believes in the urgency to address Social Security.
30 and above, 35 and above, we're not going to be able to touch it because they won't have time to recoup. But below that, these young people, we need to privatize it for them. Let them invest it. Let them work the dollar. Let them take their money that they're already putting into it anyways and invest it for future.
And State Senator Mesmer says there's a pitfall for the system.
The problem with Social Security as a whole, it's a defined benefit plan. And what we did to stabilize our state pension and retirement benefits is instead of making it a defined benefit, we made it a defined contribution.
Ben Walls reporting there from our Evansville affiliate. Coming up next on this week's edition of In Focus, we'll talk with our panel about the race for governor and what the candidates are doing in the final hours before the primary. And later, we're looking at the latest polling numbers in the race for president and how it's shaping up to be a close race in the fall.